Today I'm going to show you how to install mouse click triggers. So for R2, L2, L1, R1. This is a no soldering required DIY. I bought the mouse click triggers from Console Customs. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to install these easy mouse click triggers. So these are the mouse click triggers that I purchased. They were about €20. They're smart mouse click triggers for R2, L1 and R1. It also comes with the set, so it comes with 2 brackets and I'll show you where to install them today. And it also comes with these for the R2 and L2 buttons and I'll also show you that. I think they're the best ones on the market at the moment, mouse click triggers. I think they're better than Extreme Rate. That's just my opinion, but everyone's different. So today I'm going to show you how to install them. So first of all, ignore these. I've obviously taken out the 4 screws. I have on this controller, I have already installed a remappable chip, so just ignore that, ignore the back buttons and stuff today. There is no soldering required in this. So we're going to take out our battery. We're going to put that somewhere safe. We're then going to remove this screw. Once that's out, you can remove this. We're then going to remove this and this. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit different. In here is plugged, they're not in there because I don't have them. They're haptic feedbacks. Cables. You can remove them. I have them removed because I have the haptic feedbacks disabled. So there is a yellow and green wire. You should see what's installed here and here. If you want to cut them off, I've cut them off. You're more than welcome to. If you ever think you're going to go back to haptic feedbacks, you might want to keep them on, but I don't use them at all when I'm playing games, so I don't use them. So I cut them out. So once we have it like this, we're going to turn the controller sideways. And this is a BDM-040. So this is how we get off the R2 and L2 button. So just above the spring, there is, I hope you can see this, you'll see it pop out. So if you get yourself something just to push in, and it'll push straight out like that. So once that's out, you can get your tweezers. And you can just kind of pull it out, and that should release the R2 button. Put that somewhere safe for a second, and we'll do the same on the L2. If you don't have a BDM-040 controller, there is different ways to get out a BDM-030, and there is different ways to get out a BDM-050 and 60. So just double check what controller you have and stuff. So again, I hope you've seen that. It kind of pushed out, and then comes out, and it just sits like that. So this is that, and this will just release. Once you have done that, what you want to do is you want to, first of all, you want to get your R2 and L2 button, and you see this little piece here. If I can find my snippers, I'll be able to start. Yeah. So you see this here, we want to cut this off. The reason we want to cut this off is we're going to be installing this inside there. So this is just to make it flush. So once we have it, we're just going to cut off this point. It comes apart. Once it's off, we're going to get the part what comes with the mouse click triggers, and we're just going to slot it in. This is to be able to connect with the mouse click trigger to be able to make the click sound. So it sits like that. And then what you want to do is you want to get your other one, and you want to do the exactly same. You want to snip it here. You can see that, just so you make sure. So you want to snip that. It'll come off flush. And then you can get the thing for and you can put it in here as well. So that is your 2 mouse click triggers done. What you want to do then, once that's done, is you just want to put them to the side, and you want to install this. So we're just going to release this up. Sorry, I've got a rubber on it, it's not coming off. Right, once this is in place, what you want to do is you want to put this down over this. So this is where it makes its connection. And then once it's like that, how I find it is to hold my thumb in the middle and kind of just slot that inside. You want to leave it like that. Same with this side. Keeping your thumb in the middle because sometimes they can just kind of go all over the place. And I like to put it in there. Then what I like to do is there's a little point here where I can just kind of, you'll see it. Sometimes it'll sit there, sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, it's not to worry. It's absolutely fine. Okay, once that's sitting, that's fine. So that's our R1 and R1 buttons in. So we're going to put this back on. And hopefully that's going to line up, which it does. Make sure you have your speaker out, which I clearly didn't. Once that's out, push it down. Should all sit together. And now you can plug in your touchpad and your speaker. Again, depending on yourself, it's not going to do any difference if you plug in the haptic feedback cables. It's just up to you if you want to keep them in the controller in case you ever want to go back or you don't like the mod or anything like that. I've used these quite a lot, so I do really like them. So once that's back in, we're going to put this back in. This just keeps it all in place for us. It just makes our lives a lot easier. Okay, once that's done, you can put your battery back in, just so you don't lose anything. Now we're going to put the R2 and L2 into place. So this is where our brackets come in. So we're going to get them, we're going to leave them there. We're going to then get our R2 and L2. We're going to pop them back on. So just like that. So again, BDM-040, quite easy one to do. Sometimes I find with these, they pop out of place, which isn't good. So sometimes it can just be that you have to pop it back in. Yeah, you can hear the click. I actually said put the battery back, but it's easier to do without the battery for a second. Especially that I've got the back buttons on this. So once that's done, we're just going to get the bar and we're just going to pop it in place. So you can kind of hold it with your thumb lined up, just checking, yeah, and then you can push it in. So that's that in place there then. As I said, sometimes these can fall out, but once they're in place, they've never ever come out on me. Same with this one. And that's it, them both installed. Now, there should be a screw on either one, just above the R2 and L2. So we're just going to unscrew them out. So once that screws out, just leave it there. The same on that one. And now we are going to get the two brackets. So on them they say right and left. So right is R2. So we're going to put this in place. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop this over that screw and line it up, and then we're going to get our screw. And we're going to put it in place. And this is our bracket to hold our R2 trigger in, mouse click trigger in. once that's in place, you can kind of feel it. It'll be tight. Don't screw in too hard, because if you do, you'll end up snapping the actual bracket. 9 times out of 10 as well, these are the mods. If you ever buy a mod controller, these are the mouse click triggers you're going to be getting if you're paying for them. I don't know how much they pay for them now. Don't mind about this glue. That won't be on your controller, obviously. It was obviously something I was doing before on this controller. So once it's lined up, you can see it. And once that's in, you're just going to push this, I suppose I better show that, so you can see it, and you're just going to push it in to place, and it's going to sit down nicely, and you can see it click then. Same with this side, they're sitting fairly flush. And that's them in place. That's literally the mod done. What I like to do then, and this is totally optional if I can find it, I like to get some tack like this, not that much. I just like to put a tiny bit over it just to make sure it can't come out of place, that's all. It shouldn't come out of place, but it's just an extra measure. So once I have that on either side, that's it. That is them installed. So we're going to put a battery back in. Once we have our battery back in, that is it completed. We're just going to use the screws to screw it up. Again, the only difference is on your controller, it's not going to have back buttons installed. So this has a remappable chip, so it allows me to remap these 2 back buttons to any button, any face button. I did a video, I believe there's a Joker one what has that remappable chip, so I did that. I did that video. It's there if anyone wants to see that. You're more than welcome. So once you have that installed, that is that. You're going to put in your back. Again, you're not going to have wires, but I am going to, because I'm putting this back together. That's that. You can feel them. Just test them. Feel good. So we're going to now screw in all our screws, and then we're just going to test the R1 and L1 buttons as well. I have different ways to do mouse click triggers as well. More DIY, require soldering and stuff like that. If you're interested, you can let me know and I can maybe look at putting a video together about it. I can also show maybe mouse click triggers on an Xbox controller if people are interested in that as well. And that's it, done. As you can see, mouse click triggers on L2, R2, L1 and R1. We just need to press trim and that is it. Completed. That's how to install mouse click triggers.